Today we're going to discuss double-sided printing when your printer does not have the double-sided capability. I'm Ingrid Carlsen. I'm so happy that you are here today, and I hope that you find this video useful and that you are able to now print double-sided when you thought you couldn't. If you're not already subbed, I would love it if you did so, and also if you'd consider giving this video a thumbs up. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off by telling you the type of printer I have. This is an inkjet HP printer, and it's in the 7900 series. I'll have the exact model number listed on the screen. I also wanted to tell you just really quickly, and I can go into this further on another video, but tell you that I'm part of the HP Ink Club, and if you've never heard of that, it's actually really great for anyone who does a lot of printing. So every month you get to set an allotment of how many prints you want. You can do 100 prints a month. You can do, I believe, as low as 20 prints a month. And when the system itself notices that you are running low on ink, they automatically will send you a box of ink. And you'll get it in the mail, and then you just stick it in. It's all computer animated, so you do have to keep as part of the program in order to be able to use them, and then the months do roll over. So for example, if you have some leftover prints from last month, some of them do roll over. I'll have a link for the information on the Ink Club in the description box if you want it. This post is not sponsored. I just wanted to let you know about it because a friend of mine let me know, and it's been one of the best decisions I've made, especially printing printables all the time, because I don't have to worry about the ink running out. I just pay per month of what I can print. And especially for someone who makes printables and I have to test them a lot, this was really a great option. And also, if you sign up with the code that I'm going to have down below in the description box, then I believe we both get a free month, which is really great. So if you're thinking about it and you do it and you use my code, we'll both get a free month, which is a win-win. So now let's go ahead and get started with the printing portion. I'm going to open up my tray where my paper is and remove the paper. I want to show you this little icon that you see on the bottom of the tray. So I believe what this is emulating is kind of a sticker paper or something where it's got the logo printed on the back side. And so what this is telling me is that whatever I place facing down, so touching this, is where it's going to print. So for example, if I have a piece of paper and I already have it printed on this side and I want this side printed, I would flip it this way because this is telling me that this prints the bottom side or whatever is facing down. Now, for those of you that do not have double-sided capabilities, so this is the way that I would go about it. I'm going to grab out a sheet of paper. We're going to pretend that you don't have that little logo. You don't know what side your printer prints on. Okay, I'm going to start off by grabbing a piece of copy paper, and this is going to be a scratch piece of paper that I don't care about. So, you know, I'm going to use like a cheaper paper, and this is just to figure out how it's going to print in case you don't have the markings that show you what it's going to be. So the first thing I'm going to mark is that this is the top piece. And then we're going to mark every corner. And you're going to think you don't have to do this because you'll remember. If you're me, you're not going to remember. So I like to do top left, and then here top right, and then I'm going to do bottom left, and then bottom right. Okay, now I'm going to flip the paper over just like that, and I'm going to start off by writing bottom, and then I'm going to do top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. So now when I'm going to put my paper and I'm going to stick it in this exact orientation, I'm going to stick it where the top is facing me. And then once I print, I'm going to know where it's coming from. Now, I've shown you already that my printer showed me that it's going to print on this side, but I'm not sure if it's going, whether it comes out printed this way or it comes out printed this way. And so that's what will help us determine that now. So let's go ahead and head over to the printer again. I'm gonna start off by adding my paper just in the exact orientation that it was. So I know that this corner is my left, that corner is my right. And there is other paper in the printer, but I'm just gonna stick this on top and it'll take it from the top. Now I'm going to grab my iPad and I'm looking at different printables, and I know that this printable here would be really good to use for double-sided printing because these are journaling cards. So let's say I want a floral on the back side or a script, then I could do that. But sometimes, you know, if you don't know how to double-side print, or if your printer doesn't have it, you're not able to do that. And I know that because for a long time I didn't have that capability and I didn't know how to double-side print. I was scared to do it, and so that's why I want to make this video for you guys, that hopefully it helps someone. So I'm going to select this. I'm actually going to go back in and I'm going to hit print. And then I know that I only want to print that one page. So here, I already know it's page number 10. And you can tell here, if you didn't know what page it was, they're all labeled on the side. And so I'm going to go ahead and pick 10 to 10. And the way that you know that you're doing it right is these are all grayed out, and then that one is in color, so you know you have that. If you had other options on your print that you wanted, let's say you wanted it fast draft or you wanted it best quality, you would go back here and then pick that here, media quality. You can do different paper sizes, all that, but I'm going to leave it as is, and we're going to go ahead and hit print. And so I only want the one print, and I want it to using the paper that I already have, so you'll see the top written on it. Okay, so I have my print here. It says bottom, and this is my top left, my top right, my bottom left, and my bottom right. So if you remember, we put the paper in this way, and so it printed it this way. So now you know that whatever you put on the bottom, it's going to print exactly like this. So now we're going to find something that we're going to print on top. And remember, last time we put our paper in with this side facing us. Now we want it to print on this side. And we know that if we just flip it, it should be oriented like this. We're going to try it out though. So again, that's our right side over there, left side over here. And I'm going to see if I have a paper that has an orientation. I don't know if I have any here, so let me look. Let me look around and see if I have something that I can, that's where I was. Don't want that. Let me go through my files and find something that I can print. Okay, so I went into my Lady Abigail, and this looks like it's printing the right side. I don't know. I think the colors will go pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and print it. So we're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to do print. And then I know this one's easy because I just want the first page. So I want 1 to 1. You can see these are all grayed out and that one is there. And we are going to hit print. So now when I pull this out, you can see that it says top written on there. It's our top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. So I'm going to give you a scenario and we're going to talk about how to do this in the future, because if you're anything like me, you'll remember it right now, but then you'll forget it. So let's head over to my desk. Now we have our printouts. So remember, this is the first one we did, and we fed the paper in this orientation and it printed it like this. And then we put this paper in and then it printed this side like this. And they're both going the right way because you can read here, the letters are going the right direction. So what I would do is I'd grab myself a sticky note and some cute pens and I would make a little cheat sheet for myself so that I know I'm going to write here, top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, prints underside. And then, you know, I'm going to put right here in parentheses bottom so that I can remember this. Now, what I would personally do is I would take this and if you can, maybe leave it on top of your printer somewhere so that you can see it. But if this is enough, then I would just take this and stick it on your printer. That way you always know how it prints. And now everyone's printer is going to be different. I've had printers where it printed the opposite way, like this, because I believe that my laser jet printed like that, like it ran it through like this, and so it would be upside down. This one's great because it prints it in the same orientation, so that makes it easier. But the only way you're going to know for your printer is to print it like that. So I hope that this helps you, and I hope it takes some of that like nervousness of trying to double print. We know we don't want to waste a bunch of ink in doing this. And that's another thing, I'll hit on that topic for a second. If you're going to do this and you have scarcity of ink, then I would print this in black and white, and I would not use designs. I would print something that maybe has print that has just like a few words on it. All you need to know is the orientation. So if you print something that says, you know, you type up a Word document or whatever, or email, whatever you want to send to yourself, and just write, this is the top side, you know, and then the other one, this is the bottom, like whatever you want, and then print it that way. That way you can test it before you test out the ink. You know, I could be a little bit more brazen because I already knew that this was going to print like this. I didn't know the orientation, to be honest, but I did know that the bottom side is what's going to print first. So I know for me, printing has always, I had never double printed. I would always single print. And even if you watch back my videos back, I never double printed. And as a matter of fact, I would just glue this on the back of this because I was so worried that I didn't know how to do it correctly. So I hope that this takes some of that away from you, some of that fear. And I'm going to just cut a couple of these out to show you what they're going to look like once they're cut out, and why I would encourage you to print double-sided. So this is our front and this is our back. That was a bad example because there wasn't a lot of text. Let's see if this one, that one doesn't have a lot of, this will be good. And you can find this print as well as a bunch of others in my Patreon. I'll have the details listed down below in case you're interested. But you can definitely use this with whatever you want. And so look at how cute this is. And now both sides are finished, and you can use this, you know, on either side would be really cute. And it just finishes off your piece a lot more. Again, I hope that it inspired you to try this, especially if you don't have the capability of having double printed already built into your machine. And I'd love to know down below if this worked for you, and if you had any problems, we could troubleshoot together. So I thank you for being here. I thank you for all of your love and comments. And I just want to tell you today that if you have not been already told, you are worthy. You matter, and you are loved beyond understanding. I thank you for being here. Thank you to my Patreons. I love you guys. Love you. Bye.